cause I've got the crazy game and yo, I'm smooth like butter.
It's like butter. It's like butter, baby. It's like butter. It's like butter, baby.
Must-see game. And I know you only have so much time. Steelers-Ravens. That was my initial must-see game. And you noted to it. You alluded to the Rams, Saints, Packers, Patriots. Let's start with Steelers-Ravens. Must-see game. Ravens are favored by 3 points at home. Flacco is a great home quarterback. This is a great home team. Their defense hasn't really showed up the last 2 weeks. They've struggled the last 2 weeks. They have seen some really good offenses. They will get another one in Pittsburgh. This is the black and blue game. Like, I expect, a lot of stretchers, a lot of visits to the tents, a lot of, 15-yard penalties, whether it's late hits, whether it's defensive players, illegal hits. I forget the actual term, but I expect a lot of yellow flags in this game. I'm going with the Ravens. I think I trust Flacco at home. I think I trust his defense at home. I think I trust this opponent, right? They're going to get up for this opponent. They never have not getting up for the Steelers. My thing with the Steelers, I think they could, I don't know, the Steelers, they're playing really well as of late. I think this Le'Veon Bell thing really looms over them. Well, he was supposed to be back this week, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
He's not coming back to play this week, right?
No.
So you get your hopes up, and now you have the game plan without him for another week. I like James Conner a lot. I think James Conner gives them the confidence. They can't wait till the end of the season because they can't wait to give Le'Veon the deuces, right?
And they're excited for that to happen at this point because James Conner has actually showed up. He's played really well.
He's kicked my ass in fantasy 2 weeks.
Oh, definitely.
He has shattered me for 2 weeks.
He's really just taken over, and he looks like Le'Veon Bell a lot. It's really scary.
Yeah.
But the fact that the Steelers could get another solid running back and do well at that department without Le'Veon Bell is impressive to me.
Yes.
Antonio Brown has come on. He's leading the league
Finally.
in scores right now. It took him a while, but he's hot. He caught 2 touchdowns last week. When they used him and they used Juju in the right sets, they're really hard to stop.
I think Juju has the potential to be an elite wide receiver.
I do too.
I really like Juju.
I like seeing him play in the slot. I think he's plays as your almost check down wide receiver.
Yes. Because
he'll do those little 5-and-out routes. He'll do hitch routes, and they're really good.
Big body, good hands.
Definitely.
He actually has some good speed to be his size.
The youth. The guy is 21 years old.
21 years old.
And this is his second year in the league, and we're already talking about he has the potential to be that good. It's crazy to me how young he is.
Great personality.
Oh, he's hilarious.
He's
fun. Great. I think they have a really big star in him.
Yes.
Antonio Brown. They're starting to use Vance McDonald. They're starting to use tight ends a lot more. They're looking around and who else they have. And then Big Ben, he's one of those guys also. When we talk about elite quarterbacks, I think he's almost at that kind of borderline where he has games that he shows he's that good.
I think he wavers back and forth. I think at moments in the playoffs and some regular season games, he's certainly elite. And then there's other games where I'm like, similar to last week, I don't see there shouldn't be any reason why you shouldn't dismantle the Browns. I don't want to say they dominated, but they played really good football. Yeah. Big Ben didn't really look like himself, but
he could pop off with 400 yards any game. But best defense in the league right now. The Ravens are very, very good on the defensive side. Like you said, bloody battle every time those two play. Yep. It's must-watch football. I'm definitely with you on that one. If I had to pick, though, I'll probably take Pittsburgh over this.
Yes. No, I could see it. My thing was Pittsburgh. They go get the quarterback. They can go get the quarterback. They're really good at that. Their secondary, they're up and down. Like, I can't name you a safety or a defensive back. A little inconsistent. They don't have to worry about being elite against Joe Flacco, at least, right?
Right.
I mean, it is Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco, he has to do enough to win this game. He has to make plays. Mm-hmm. I like his array of weapons. I like Crabtree. I like John Brown. John Brown he's actually played really well this season. Like,
he has.
In terms of fantasy, if you want to look at it like that, he put up great fantasy numbers. He has put up great numbers statistically. He had a touchdown against the Steelers in their first meeting. They beat the Steelers on the road, right, in that game. So if they want to put a stranglehold on this division, they have to win this game.
I think Steelers have to get Joe Hayden involved, the cornerback for them, and he's got to play really well. Joe Flacco has been really good in the past at times and also kind of been average for a lot of his career. I really don't think he's in that elite status. I wish, and I know that Lamar Jackson's your backup QB and you don't want to get him hurt, but I wish they could find more plays to fit him in, whether that be in the slot, let him run, let him do something, let him pitch option. I think they need to give him just a little bit more.
I would like to see him playing a similar role that Sean Hill plays in New Orleans, the backup quarterback.
That's what I was thinking. To compare them to, you see what he's doing, and
same type of playing style.
Getting 20, not 20, that's a little big, but 10 plus touches a game over there as a backup QB.
And successful at it, too.
He plays on kick returns. He runs the ball. He threw the ball. He actually threw the ball last week. This is a true stat. Taysom Hill threw the ball farther than Drew Brees threw the ball last week through the air. He had that one, I think it was like a 30, 40-yard underthrow, and that was longer than Drew Brees threw it all game. So, really.
Well, look, that Harbaugh, forget his first name, and I don't want to remember it. I don't want to try to remember it. That Harbaugh is not as offensively savvy as the head coach, Sean Payton in New Orleans. So I don't expect him to draw up those, those trick plays, those type of plays.
Definitely is your QB of the future.
Certainly,
if they keep
he needs time. He needs time. He's very, very raw. He needs time, and we won't get a huge sample size of him throwing the ball anyway, right? Because Joe Flacco's in the game throwing the ball. What is his first name? I said Sean Hill. It's not Sean Hill.
Taysom Hill.
Taysom Hill. There's another Sean Hill.
I think there's 3 Hills on that team. So
okay, there you go. Yeah. So I got the Ravens. They are a 3-point favorite. I think they covered that. I could actually see this at 1.5, 1 actually. Wow. I think black and blue game. They're going to beat each other up.
Yep.
I think the winner of this game, I would go on to say now here in November, probably wins this division.
I think so. This is one of those games like in the middle of the season where you can actually say that.
Week 9, again, this is a must-win for Pittsburgh. You don't want to – again, they went to your place and they beat you that game 1. You don't want to be 2 games behind the Baltimore Ravens and some.
No.
Right now, I think currently as it stands, Baltimore is in second place. The advantage they have is they don't have a tie on their record, similar to, like Pittsburgh does, right? And they got that tie in the division.
Yep.
And Pittsburgh has lost, I think, more AFC games than Baltimore, including Kansas City and other teams like that. So, yes, that's my must-see game. That was actually the initial one. Here's 2 that you brought up. Let's start with Rams Saints. I can't wait. Can't wait to see these guys lose. I'm waiting. I'm waiting patiently, but I'm a little anxious. I think this is the game. New Orleans, you have to travel to New Orleans. Mm-hmm. You could probably argue that it is the best home environment in football. Chiefs, Seahawks, Panthers, all of a sudden. You could probably argue that is the best home field advantage. The Rams are actually favored by 1.5. I don't get that, honestly. I know they are the undefeated team, the best team in football, but I don't. The Packers wore a Ty Montgomery fumble away from winning that game. There's no doubt in my mind that Aaron Rodgers get these guys downfield and win this ball game, whether it's through field goal or touchdown.
I completely agree.
No doubt in my mind.
Completely agree. He had plenty of time. There would have been probably a victory. We've seen it too many times for the Packers. But at the beginning of that game, last game, you saw the Rams play the first team that they've actually let me say this, the first actual good team the Rams have played, and I can't believe I'm saying that, through 9 weeks, but it's true. You look at it, the first good team that they played through 9 weeks is the Packers.
Yep.
And they were struggling in the first half. They looked really bad. And Todd Gurley wasn't even having a good game. Then the second half, they come out and they look like the Rams like they did all year.
I think the Packers let them come back. I think they let them in that game.
We knew that was going to be a tight one, really. Yeah. It was supposed to be more of a shootout than it was.
Yeah.
And this game right here should be a huge shootout. The reason I think the Rams are favored because they do have the number 1, number 2 offense in the whole league with the Chiefs. They're very good against a Saints passing defense who ranks almost dead last. So Jared Goff could have a really big game. That means he's going to target Todd Gurley. That means he's going to target Cooper Kupp, who's back, Robert Woods, Brandon Cooks.
He's played really well since Kupp has went down.
He's
Robert
played
Woods.
Great. They've got a huge number of weapons, just like the Chiefs, against a very, very below average defense. Run defense, not too bad. Pass defense, very, very bad. So I think that's why you put him just a little bit above. However, the Rams defense has been and secondary.
Overrated.
Secondary has been subpar.
Overrated in my opinion.
The front has been okay. Aaron Donald's a stud, but other than that, overrated.
They can go get the quarterback, right? And I think it's an added advantage if you can go get the quarterback up the middle, right? They struggle on the edge, but Aaron Donald and Sue. Aaron Donald, man, why did it take so long to give him that money? Right? Even 9 weeks in, I'm still a little upset at the Rams. Why did it take that long?
That's something else you and I talked about.
Yeah,
too. We were really shocked, but they
why did it take that long?
And look what it's doing. I mean,
duh.
Yeah, exactly. It was a no-brainer.
Duh.
I
What do you?
agree.
I mean, look, overrated defense. Peters has not been the same.
And they have come out and said, I don't
Has
know if you
not
saw
been
this,
the same.
but they have come out and actually fans, organizations have rated him so far this year as a disappointment.
He has been trash.
And it almost does my heart good. Not be that I'm a huge, I just, after what he did in Kansas City, he had his place.
Look.
But the stuff he did off the field and the reasons that he made the defense bad because of that, upsetting.
I have no beef with Peters, and that goes to say even with his problems on field and off the field, I didn't mind that because he made so many plays, right? And we were winning games, so I don't really have a beef with Peters. The way he left, I feel some type of way. The fact that he went to this team for that price, I feel some type of way. How about this? I am scared that he gets up to play in Mexico City.
Oh yeah,
in 2 weeks,
he
3
will.
weeks, 3 weeks. I fear that he comes out and picks off Mahomes 6 times.
Ooh, wow. I wouldn't go that far.
Right?
I think he's going to have a tough task because he's going to be facing Tyreek Hill all game.
He will, but he knows the system relatively well. He's gone against Patrick Mahomes. He said early in the season, he was on NFL Network. I remember this vividly, and I can't wait to this matchup. Patrick Mahomes knows how to throw the ball to him, and I don't know if that's verbatim, but even if it's not, I'm paraphrasing. He said Mahomes knows how to throw the ball to him. He'll give him the ball. So, but he's been bad. Talib, I give a little credit. I don't want to discredit the Rams for this case. They don't have Talib on the other side, who I still think is an elite corner. So you don't have that to pair with Peters. That makes it a little difficult at times. Joyner hasn't been really that well back deep for the Rams. He hasn't been as good as I thought. Their bread and butter is up front. That offense is that offense. I can't wait till Cooper Kupp gets back. That offense is still as good as it has as it's ever been. But you know.
You know what was disappointing? As I've watched every single Rams game this year. Okay, I really like their offense. I think they're really good. The one thing that I just could not believe last week with how good they are. The undefeated team left in the league, Super Bowl bound possibly in the NFC.
Yep.
And yet their stadium was taken over by Packers fans in LA.
They were loud.
It was a home game for Green Bay.
That's a really good traveling fan base, but they were loud.
And that's what shows me right there is they should never have been taken out of St. Louis because now the St. Louis wants a football team back. The rumor that the Chargers are going to come back into there. I think that was the biggest mistake that they could have made for a fan base because LA is simply uninterested in having another team there. They have too many already.
LA it doesn't strike me as a football town.
No, and it's not just football. They showed the graphic. This is what amazed me the other day. The Rams were playing the Packers. They showed the graphic on Fox of all the other sporting events that were going on in LA that night. They had a hockey game.
The LA Sports Equinox, they called it,
Yes, they had a hockey game. They had the Clippers playing at home. They had
Dodgers,
the
World
Dodgers
Series.
in the World Series, and they had the Rams playing the Packers in LA. That was just one day.
Yeah.
So I think they're just uninterested in having a team, even though they're 9-0 or 8-0 right now.
Yes, how about this? It's the best sports city right now, right? Regardless of if the Dodgers won or lost, they were still there, right? Playing home games, playing in the World Series. The Kings have a recent title, I want to say, 4 or 5 seasons ago. Talented team there. You got the Rams, undefeated, and whoever the other LA team, the Chargers.
You got the Chargers who
got
are
the
good.
Chargers, yep.
You got the Clippers, and then you've got LeBron
Clippers.
and the Lakers.
I mean, how about this? This is off subject, real quick on LA and the basketball scene. The Clippers are no longer like that team you don't want to go to.
Exactly.
Like, players want to go to the Clippers now. They got the money, they got the owner, they got the leadership, they got the front office, they got the depth. LA is the town to be. LeBron only added to that. It was already that. LeBron just added to that. You add Todd Gurley, you add his stardom, you add Jared Goff and his stardom, you add that record, undefeated. LA is the place to be right now. Over any other sports city on this planet. To the Saints real quick. The Rams are a 1.5 favorite. I can see that. I can see the Saints running away with this game. Right. At home, I can kind of see it.
I can't trust it because I know how bad their defense is. Really,
I can see that defense being elite for one Sunday.
This
Sunday against this opponent in that building, I can see that defense shutting shit damn.
I just think the Rams are too good. Jared
Probably
Goff
so.
And Todd Gurley, oh my goodness, the dude's got like 16 touchdowns already.
He's almost refreshing to watch. Like he's just fun to watch.
I don't know if you saw the end of the game last time, but he's doing so well that he respectfully didn't score that last touchdown against Green Bay.
Yeah, I
ran the clock
I didn't
out.
see it live, but I seen the highlight and I was like, good for him.
Tell me how good of a running back you have to be and how used you are to scoring to give up a touchdown.
Yeah, I said good for him. If I'm him, I run in that end zone and I spike it.
Because he's chasing the record.
Yeah, I'm chasing the record. This strikes me as a very aggressive team. So that was a non-aggressive move by the Rams. Like they strike me as a team that likes to run up the score, go for it on fourth downs, 2-point conversions.
He's just such a
classy guy.
I mean, really, he is.
I can respect it, but if I'm him, I'm gonna run it to the end zone. Yeah. Final must-see, watchable game, the Sunday night game. Two of the greater quarterbacks of their generation. One is obviously the GOAT of all quarterbacks, Aaron Rodgers and the Packers on the road in Foxborough against Tom Brady and the New England Patriots. I don't care. I just want to see Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers, actually. That's all.
The best duel you'll ever see in football.
We got it 4 years ago.
Yeah.
And I don't really remember this matchup, but I'm glad I get to see this one, right? And how about this? 4 years ago, those were both better teams. Defensively, offensively, weapons. The coaches, well, at least McCarthy, at least then, wasn't on the hot seat then. You know, he's coming off a Super Bowl, 3-4 seasons prior. Fast forward 4 seasons, McCarthy's on the hot seat.
Yep.
They just traded away Ty Montgomery, they traded him away for a mop bucket. That defense, they traded away Clinton Dixon, another baffling move.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers is unlike any other season, and this is, I guess this is up for debate as well. He's doing it by himself, right? Like it's all Aaron Rodgers right now, just all Aaron Rodgers. Yeah. On the Patriots side, the defense is trash. We've seen it against the Chiefs. Like they suck. They have no speed. They don't have the personnel. They don't have the talent. They're trash. They're horrible. And they have a defensive mastermind in Bill Belichick, and even he can't really keep these guys up. How about this? The Patriots have a really, really favorable schedule. Like they beat some quality teams. I won't take that away from them, but they've had some easy teams.
If you try to tell me that's by accident, I will laugh at you because they are the Patriots.
They are the Patriots.
Now I usually complain that they are. Seems like every single week they got a primetime game. Patriots playing Sunday night, they're playing Monday night, whatever.
Yep.
But this one I'm not going to.
I won't. Yeah, I won't. This is not up for debate.
Must see TV.
Yes.
I think that also a really good point was brought up this week in national media, sports media. They said, what would we be talking about right now if Aaron Rodgers had been playing under Bill Belichick? Let's say the role was reversed. Would we be talking about him as the greatest quarterback of all time? I think so. I think that makes a huge difference. Mike McCarthy, great coach, really. Yes, I think he's respected. He's a good coach. But Bill Belichick above the rest.
How about this? If Aaron Rodgers, if they switch roles, Freaky Friday, if they switch roles, Chris Brown and Lil Dicky, I think we have the same outcome, and maybe Aaron Rodgers won more title.
Yeah,
maybe
that's how crazy, how much impact that he has.
Yeah, really. Same outcome, maybe one more title.
And I think, and you were comparing the teams. Brady's obviously got more weapons. Gronk has had a couple of really slow games. He needs to become a bounce back player this week.
I'm out on Gronk.
I think
injury riddle.
And we knew this year he was this close to retiring.
I think that was
that a ploy?
I think it was a ploy. Yeah. And he said it in the locker room at their post game interview. If Brady was gone, I'm out of here too. Yeah. So I don't think he really wanted to, and I don't blame him. I don't blame him one bit. If you guys ship out Brady, to hell with you guys. Yeah. I'm going
He's already had a Hall of Fame career. He's
got my titles.
The rest of his life. Yeah, he's got the titles. So whenever Brady's gone, he's gone. I agree. They lost Sonny Michel, who was a really good running back. James White's no one shake your head at. He had a great Super Bowl.
He's a really good receiving running back.
Exactly. So he's a weapon. You got Julian Edelman back right now, who's playing really well. All of a sudden, you've got receivers that are coming in that people thought were not going to be big. Josh Gordon, who is making plays all of a sudden, and he's a solid wide receiver too now, which is something that I'm excited for him to see.
I'm excited for him. He's had his struggles still.
Yes, and he still does right now.
Yeah, still has his struggles. He didn't play last week, if I'm not mistaken. Or if he did, I don't know if he didn't play something, but he's going through a lot right now. They suspended him, I think, for 1 week.
Yeah, I think you're right.
He's I don't want to say he's a tough guy to get a beat on, because we kind of know the narrative is there, and I think I trust in that narrative. I don't know, man. How about this? with those same troubles, if that was another player for the Patriots, they're out. They're out of there.
Exactly.
And I think that goes to show that they really need him on the outside.
And Tom Brady said that he likes him.
Yes.
Bill Belichick likes him. But he's a guy that I've rooted for always. I want him to succeed.
Yes.
But, man, after how many times he's done this, it's just where does the line end?
Yeah,
Unfortunately.
I'm with you on that. I think and it's more mental than it is physical or talent
He's
or
got the talent.
whatever the case. It's just more mental with him.
Yeah.
It's a little weird. It's a weird situation. The Patriots are 5.5 point favorites at home over the Packers. I can see this game being a shootout similar. Well, you said you can see the Rams Saints being a shootout. I can see it, but I'm not convinced that it will be. I can see this game being a shootout. I don't see 43-40. I don't see 83 points put up, but I can see a lot of points. I can see 70, 75, I guess. I can see it.
No, this is obvious, but you're going to see spectacular quarterback play.
Yes, right.
Right.
That's the obvious,
snap.
but it's like, wow.
If
right?
it's a passing play, your eyes are glued to the TV.
Over under 90 pass attempts.
Yeah. Oh man, close to over.
I think it's close to over myself. Like, because I can see. I don't really see. I can't envision. You give away Ty Montgomery. I don't know the running back currently behind Aaron Rodgers. Don't really care. I don't see why you put the ball in his hands anyway. And granted, this is a bad Patriots rush defense, bad Patriots pass defense, but why not? Why not get the fans what they want?
Exactly.
I want to see a shootout. I want to see Mahomes, Baker Mayfield, Oklahoma, Texas Tech type numbers. I just want to see the ball through the air. Don't hand the ball to nobody.
I think you'll see plenty of passing. Plenty of passing.
I mean, who do you got in this game?
My heart wants to pick the Packers because I love seeing the Patriots lose, and they're in the AFC, and it'd be great for the Chiefs. But I think the Patriots are still going to win. Did you say it's at Foxborough?
It's in Foxborough.
It's in Foxborough. That gives them enough advantage right there almost.
Yes.
But
Tough place to play.
It's prime time. It's Sunday nights. The best two quarterbacks. The hype is up. The defense have been better in the past, but it's all about the offense right now. Like I said, possible shootout. I definitely want to go with the Packers, but I'm going to say Patriots are going to squeeze it out. Maybe, and I'm saying this to top scorer in here, maybe like a 35-30 victory, something like that.
Last week, I had the Packers in the upset over the Rams, and I predicted that score 30-29. It was 29. 30-29, I think I predicted. The score ended up being 29-27. If Montgomery doesn't fumble this damn ball, I get those points in my prediction lead.
Perfect prediction.
I'm sticking with this upset. I think the Packers, and they were on the road last week. I think they can go into Foxborough and win this game. I got the Packers. If I had, I would probably switch that line 5.5 with the Patriots. I can see 5.5 with the Packers.
Okay, yeah.
I think they have a better defense. They showed last week that they can go get the quarterback against a solid O line. The Rams doesn't strike me as a really, really great pass blocking line. They do really well. They're phenomenal at run blocking, of course, with Ty Gurley. Ty Gurley he probably hides some of their blemishes. He makes a lot of guys miss big holes, so on and so on. But I can see the Packers getting pressure on Brady. I don't really see them making plays as far as their coverage, as far as their defensive backs. But they probably can, given that if you can get you can get 4 or 5 QB hits on Brady, 2 or 3 sacks. That leaves that window open for the defensive backs to make plays. I think the Packers can win this game.
I think this has really part of me hopes that this is going to be one of those classic games that we revisit 2 or 3 years from now.
Could we see a better game than Chiefs Patriots?
I think it's going to be close. That was a classic right there.
The best game of the year,
yeah,
probably.
Definitely. But I think that this has the ability to almost be one of those games where you hope maybe it'll go to overtime too, and we have a one more quarter shootout or something like that. But it could be that good. I really hope it's anything but a blowout because that would be devastating for the hype that it's had. I think it's a rare chance of that happening, but it could be one of those we talk about, like I said, 2 years from now that was one of the best we've ever seen.
That'll be it. I did not expect. I told you this right before the show started. I planned on breaking this down into segments. I had other topics. Little did I know, and I guess I should have known this. We would cover. This would take 55 minutes to talk NFL football.
Yeah.
Now I know. I know you got class and stuff, so we will not get to none of that. But it was a joy talking NFL football with you. I had a great time with you over the summer during the internship, so I had to get you back and talk more sports with you. So, final pick. Let's just go through the games one more time and get these picks. Titans, Cowboys. Who you got?
Titans.
Titans on the road. You had that. You had that as your trash bag game. That's a who cares game. I got Cowboys at home. I think they're undefeated at home, but winless on the road. The Cowboys are. Packers, Patriots. What you got? Patriots. I'm going with the Packers. Rams, Saints.
I'm going Rams.
I got the Saints at home. I could really see the Saints dominating the Rams on this game. Texans, Broncos. Texans. I'll go with Texans. I think they can go in the Mile High and win that game. Chargers. I think. How about this bold prediction? Denarius Thomas goes for 9 catches, $150, 2 touchdowns.
Okay. You said it. I didn't.
Chargers, Seahawks.
I think that's anybody's game, but I want to go Chargers.
I want to see the Chargers lose, and I like the Chargers. I actually like the Chargers. I hate the Rams. I'm sorry. I hate the Raiders. I hate the Broncos. I actually like the Chargers.
I do too.
I think they go down this week on the road in Seattle. I got the Seahawks, Bucks, Panthers.
Panthers. Yep.
Panthers. Again, I've said this 2 or 3 times. The Panthers are a really good team at home. Yeah. It doesn't stop this week. Bears, Bills. Bears.
Yeah.
Jets, Dolphins.
Dolphins.
I got the Dolphins. This is a trash bag game.
Yeah.
I don't care to watch it. I think the Dolphins have enough talent to win this game. Chiefs, Browns. You got the Chiefs.
Easy Chiefs win, yeah.
Watchable game. Very entertaining, I think. Not from a point standpoint, not from a statistical standpoint. For the Chiefs, very entertaining from that standpoint. For the Browns, internally, it's very interesting to watch. Sure. Probably if I had to give out the drama award, like my drama series award, it would go to the Browns.
Really, yeah.
Like, it's been very entertaining, along with the Jags, along with the Steelers. I got to go with the Browns, the more entertaining team. Steelers, Ravens.
That one's a tough one too, but
Pittsburgh. I got the Ravens at home. Really good home team. Lions, Vikings. Minnesota. I'm interested to see the Lions play, but I got the Vikings. Last one, Falcons, Redskins.
Gonna go with the Falcons. I think the Redskins are the better team overall, but this is one of those bounce back games for Atlanta.
My fear with this game, that Matt Ryan outshoots Alex Smith. And with Alex Smith has never won a shootout.
Yeah.
I think he's willing to shoot out. So that's my worst fear there. Patrick, thank you for joining the show. I got to get you back on.
Definitely.
We got to do this again. Next time, we may have to limit football discussion because basketball's got that ball rolling. I had some topics I wanted to discuss there. I got to get you back on the show.
Definitely.
Good time having you on here.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me.
Appreciate it.